Welcome to
Unfiltered Growth.
Real talk on trends and strategies. This podcast is your weekly dose of reality-checked wisdom.
As we explore the intersection of entrepreneurship, marketing, culture, business, and innovation.
We strip away the BS and dive into real challenges and opportunities for revenue growth.
With a sharp, unfiltered lens.
Expect raw conversations, real success,
and failure stories,
and practical advice that you can apply to your journey.
No filters,
just growth.
I don't know about you, Christina, but I am tired of going to the events and they all suck. There's no diversity, there's no community, and they charge me an arm and a leg to hear the same old thing.
And I feel like it doesn't change like year after year. And throughout the year, you go to the conference and sometimes you hear the same people speak over and over. You don't see a difference of like opinions, or you don't really like challenge your thinking or challenge how events should be. You expect what you expect and you go. But with this new generation coming up, there needs to be differences, and especially with the people on stage and the experience around the stage.
Not to mention the subject matter itself. They're quoting things from people from 10, 15 years ago. We have two additional generations in the workforce. The workforce itself is so much more diverse. I don't see enough representation from women to BIPOC to API. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing from events? What are we doing for marketing? I don't know. I just feel a little some type of way about it.
Yes. And not only just the events, but it's also portraying the events a certain way on socials, on the websites to get people in. Sometimes they're saying it is very diverse, and then they show a photo and there's no diversity. So it's like, where's that missing connection? You have to be true to what you're pushing out there, because that is like a trust factor with customers, prospects in the B2B SaaS world. You want to be like truthful, because people can see through that BS because there's so many competitors. When it comes to conferences, same thing. There are so many conferences out there and they're expensive. So people have to be choosy. So where's your event different, and why should people choose to spend thousands of dollars to send 1, 2, however many people to that city, that conference? Like, what makes you different? There needs to be a difference. There needs to be that. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing. And you're going to have the same people go all the time. And it's just going to get boring.
I really wish there was a way to just strip away all of the... Could you just imagine an event, a conference tour put on for people who look like us, that we feel safe, welcome, engaged, and they're expressing it in a way where the speakers represent them, paid speakers, I might add. And the whole experience is dynamic, it's fruitful, and it actually helps people do something. Who would have thought?
And not only helps speakers, but helps the attendees and the sponsors. Like, the sponsors can truly say they have ROI on this conference, because we've talked to many people and they stopped putting dollars in that because they're like, we can't really tie anything to this, or we really don't know like how impactful it is. But creating those experiences and creating that momentum from the conference, whether that be the organization association putting the conference on, or the sponsors that are throwing dollars out to help the conference be put on, there needs to be that reason people go back to your company, the reason that they go to your learning, go to your CRM, your analytics, whatever it is. There needs to be a reason. Otherwise, no one's just going to remember, because they're going to write it down in their moleskin notebook that you get for free at every single conference, I feel, and forget about it. And it's just going to be tucked away in their drawer, or it's going to stay in their suitcase into the next conference.
And that wraps up another episode of Unfiltered Growth. Make sure you subscribe, rate,
with 5 stars.
and leave us a review.
Remember, growth doesn't happen in isolation. Join our community of bold thinkers and doers on social media and stay connected.
Don't forget to go to season3media.com/podcast for strategy or event inquiries, resources, or to just chill with us.
Until next time, keep pushing boundaries, embracing diversity, and never stop growing. This is Christina and Troy signing off. And remember,
No filters.
just growth.